It's been a hellacious few weeks in the world. It's been a hellacious few weeks. It's been a hellacious couple of years as working in public life. I know, as you imagine, city managers, being the city manager, you're coming from all directions, right? You got pressures coming from all direction, a lot of negativity, a lot of hate, whether it's social media, at council meetings and whatnot. And I always tell people, when I talk to my professional peers around the state, and I do a lot of speaking at conferences with public employees and public officials, I tell people, you literally can lose spatial awareness because it's coming at you from all different sides, and you can literally lose spatial awareness and just all the noise and all the chaos. This last couple of weeks, that I've just been thinking to myself, and my walks at night, spending time with the kids, thinking about just the world we live in, the negativity that we see, the negativity that we encounter as front-facing work in the public. It just gets to be a lot. It gets to be a lot. This last week, we had a major event in the national news, and it just kind of rocked my world for a couple days. Really rocked my world. Just had to give a few, you kind of check out for a minute and have a moment of pause and take reflection on what's going on in the world. And I love my community. If the lake and river dried up tomorrow and a tornado took out every building in this town, I would stay here and rebuild my life with my family because I love the people of our city. Nothing can replace the amazing people who live here. I always get asked, like, James, how do you deal with it? How do you put up with it? That's not the Port Huron I've experienced. The Port Huron I have experienced is a community that is just overwhelming with love and generosity. People who stop you in the grocery store to ask how the kids are. People I don't even know. How's Lucy doing? You got another one now? How's Annie doing? Just that connection of community. I've been here now 12 years raising my family, and it's hard to explain. You don't know their names, but you walk through a grocery store and there's familiar faces on a Sunday morning and a Saturday afternoon. I just love the people of our community. I was walking and I was going through all the craziness going on in the world, and I had this moment that persisted. All the negativity, all the evil, all the nastiness. Love. Love. Love has the power to transform. Love has the power to heal. Love has the power to bridge such vast divides within our community. And the way God designed it, love prevails. It's simple as love wins. So my motto for the last week or so is, when I look at all the craziness going on, it's love wins. Throughout all of human history, whether it's World War II, where they're liberating oppressed people, whether it's 9/11, where firefighters are rushing to save people, whether it's in the city of Port Huron and firefighters and police officers respond to deliver aid to juveniles who have been shot. Wherever there is evil, it is often followed by overwhelming love and compassion. With that perspective, it doesn't just leave you with a perspective, it leaves you with an outlook. And so this question I had is, there's all this negativity in the world, and I have determined that love prevails, love wins, and I'm looking at the world and the city through that lens, how then should we live our lives? And moreover, how should we lead as the city manager and officials in the city of Port Huron? I was delivering Meals on Wheels. And as you all know, I was doing nothing more than a shameless photo op, right? So I'm delivering Meals on Wheels, gonna do this photo op with the Council on Aging a couple years ago. And Scott Crawford, the head of Council on Aging, he gives you like a tutorial. And he's like, hey, listen, these people are expecting you. So if you knock on the door and the little old lady or the little old man doesn't open, call 911. Because a lot of times, senior citizens will fall in their apartment or fall in their home, and they'll literally sit there, well, it's 8 o'clock at night. If I lay here, Meals on Wheels will be here at 11 tomorrow. So they'll help me up. And they will literally sit there and wait till Meals on Wheels to arrive. And I was like, that's pretty wild. But then Scott told us a very heavy statement, and the more I thought about it, the more it weighed on me. He's like, listen, when you go into these homes and you go into these apartments to deliver this meal, do not be rushed. There is a high probability that you are the only human being that these seniors are going to talk to that day. And I thought about that, like, I am the one interaction this guy is going to have all day. How do I want to leave that impression? How do I want that individual feeling when I leave their home? And it was a wild experience. I walked in this guy's house, lives up on Palmer, and it was like walking into 1970. I mean, just pristine 1970s. He was there in a leisure suit waiting for me, and we talked for like almost 2 hours about what he did for a living, his kids, his family, his house. Just amazing story. But that was a profound statement to me. This is the only time they're going to talk to a human. And I was thinking about what we do in the city of Port Huron, and I've observed it. Like, you guys are on the front lines, right? The worst job in the city is who shuts off the water here? Yeah, that's not a fun job. That is not a fun job. That is a dangerous job. When they come to the counter at the water department or the tax or assessing or income tax, people sometimes are not happy and they're angry. I think about our council meetings where people drive from another community who don't even live here just to scream and yell at people to get on YouTube. I was in a grocery store, this is probably 4 months ago, and I'm sitting there and this lady says, "You James Freed?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "I don't like you." I was like, "Oh, it's unfortunate. I've never met you. What don't you like?" But she, "I read about you." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's good to see you." I thought about that. I thought about the crazies who show up and what we get thrown at us, and it occurred to me that we don't know what's going on in their lives. We don't know the finance. I mean, there's nothing more stressful than finances. And you all know how that is. I don't think I'm preaching to a rich crowd here. But finances, marriage problems, issues with your kids, the stress of just everyday life. And there's a good chance the only encounter they're going to have that day is you at the counter, you in the field, or you at your office, or you on that phone call. And so I think about if love wins, when we're front-facing employees and we're out in the field dealing with residents who are upset and angry, I don't actually believe they're upset with us or angry with us. I think there's a deeper problem. I think there's something they're going through, struggles they're going through, and we never know what burdens our residents are carrying with them. But love wins. Love wins. I encourage all of you, when you're out in the field, when you're dealing with our residents and someone's upset and someone's angry, lean harder in on that empathy and that grace. Understand they're so upset with me, it's because something even more harder is going on in their lives right now, probably. There's a deeper burden at home. They're going through a struggle right now, and they're just venting. And that's really hard, because I've been doing this for 18 years, and I will tell you it is so easy to become calloused and numb. But we have to double down and lean harder, and love wins. So my encouragement to all of you today is reposition yourself. Focus on the idea that love wins, that the struggles that are going on in the world today, the angry mobs, the people who are upset, there's deeper things there that we have the opportunity as front-facing public servants to be that one opportunity in the day where they see genuine love, empathy, and grace. And they may leave your office or they may leave your site just as upset. But I do believe that later on in the day they're going to reflect on that moment with you. They're going to reflect on that moment where you didn't blow up at them, you didn't yell back at them, you just listened to them and understood. I think that's very important. I think there's a lot of people in this room today that equally love our community and the people who call it home. And I want to recognize a lot of people here today who really have done a fantastic job. So when I call your name, if you could come up real quick, I have something for you, and I just want to talk about some of the things that you have done. Can I have Chris Jalecki come up here? Is he here? We've had so much construction going on in the city right now, so many new developments, but behind every new development, there's someone who keeps that development safe, who goes in and makes sure that when that building's built, it's not going to collapse. When that home's built, it's not going to fall in on a young person, and makes sure that our homes and our buildings are safe. It's not a popular job, but Chris Jalecki is our chief building inspector. He's done an incredible job building that program up, ensuring safety throughout our community, and you don't get recognized enough, and I want to thank you for your hard work for the citizens of this city. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is Gary Ramo here? Gary Ramo has been with us for about a year. Is he here? Yeah, I see him back there. Gary Ramo is one of our custodians. He does an amazing job keeping the facilities clean at the MOC for all the visitors who come to the City Hall. It's a thankless job, but we work in a beautiful environment because of Gary and what he's done. We've taken over the Harvey Reinvestment Center, and for the last couple days, Gary has been there very early in the morning, cleaning this center, making it look nice for the residents of South Park. That facility has been degraded and abused and forgotten for far too long. But I'm not the one making it a lot nicer, and I'm not the one there every day cleaning it. It's Gary who's really investing his time for the people of South Park, and I want to thank you for your hard work for the citizens down there. Thank you.
Thank you.
In our public works department, it takes a lot to put contracts out and bids out. I want to bring Jennifer Campbell up here. She's our DPW coordinator. She's a rising star in the public works department. She does a lot of work behind the scenes. These are multi-million-dollar contracts that interface with different departments. She coordinates all of that and does such a great job for the city. Jennifer, thank you for all you do. I want to bring up next, actually, this is actually a funny conversation. When I was we were working with McMorrin and Nancy, they said, hey, we have real technical issues. We need Aaron Sexton really bad to be full-time at McMorrin. And I go, who's this Aaron guy? Who is this Aaron kid who can do everything? Aaron, if you can come up. Whether it's audio, visual, the cameras at McMorrin, the security systems at gates, whatever it is, Aaron is the jack of all trades and keeps McMorrin running. And not only that, he's really enhanced the level of production at McMorrin. So I want to thank you for your expertise and your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Is Robert Newark here? Robert, come on up. Robert has one of the most forward-facing jobs, believe it or not, time of need is he's working in the cemetery and parks, working with families who've just lost somebody. It's a very sensitive time. We hear nothing but glowing reviews on how Robert treats families and treats individuals who go out there. All you work with parks, you've done an amazing job for the city of Port Huron, and I want you to know it doesn't go unrecognized.
Thank you.
Thank you. Paul Balicki here, the building inspector. Paul, again, is out in the field. We just have so much economic development going on in this James Street economy that we've built here that Paul's done an excellent job going out there with Chris. And what I've heard most about you is how well you interface with the residents. You're very friendly and positive, and you make interacting with the city of Port Huron a very positive experience. That gets back to my desk, and I want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have favorite peoples out in the DPW and the Public Works Department, but I do actually, this guy's my favorite. Michael Brown. Come up here. This is the most positive guy. There's not a single street in Port Huron where somebody doesn't know Mike and all that you've done for this city. I'll tell you my favorite story. It's one time I came out here, it was 3:20. The end of the work day is at 3:30. So I knew coming out here, the end of the work day is done. Guys are washing up, right? I come out here, Mike sees me, picks up a broom and just starts pushing. How you doing, Mr. Freed? He's always putting on a show. And I tell that, I was like, this guy's always positive, putting on a show. But thank you for all you've done for the residents and your positivity out there.
Thank you.
Thank you. One of the most amazing things about our city is our vibrant parks and recreation system. We have thousands and thousands of users, not just from the city of Port Huron, but from Kimball, Fort Gratiot, and Port Huron Township. We recently deployed a new software system so that we get all these users to register for our programming so they can use city services. It was a pain in the ass. Jennifer Myers has done an amazing job with that. Is Jennifer Myers here? Come up here. She works in the Parks and Recreation Office, does an amazing job working with residents, making sure that they can access to our classes, our services, and my daughters appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. We talk about late night public emergencies, police and fire, but one of the things we don't talk about is the hundreds of water mains we break a year. Is Sean Egan here? Sean has been out there working with the city police. Here, there he is. He's been out there working for the city of Port Huron for the last 12 years. I've known him, but he has literally been out there, whether it's an equipment operator, working in the streets, or moving across the table to the utilities department. How many water mains have you repaired in your lifetime? Out there in the freezing cold in the wintertime, making sure that people have access to clean water. It's a thankless job. It doesn't make the front page, but I assure you, if you didn't do your job, it would make the front page. And so I thank you for your job well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Scott Burns here. Scott oversees one of our operators at a wastewater plant. He does the residual solids. He oversees 4.2 million gallons of biosolids a day. Your day is crazy sometimes between all the repairs and maintenance that have to be done at that facility. Things and widgets that we don't even know exist that have to be fixed so that that site works. Sean makes sure that it all works. And I want to thank you, Sean, for your dedication. You've really raised the ranks there. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sorry, Scott. Last one here today is, Scott, did I give you the wrong one? Yeah, we'll switch it out afterwards. Last one up I have is, let me get the name here right. There we go. You took my plaque. Cameron Davison, also at the wastewater plant. Cameron here? I missed it. All right. He's also at our wastewater plant, does an incredible job. One of the things that concerns me is the water and wastewater plant are very technical. You have to learn the job and rise up. And so when I look at my flow sheet of who's going to retire in the next 5 to 10 years, police and fire keep me up equally as water and sewer leadership of what happens in 5 to 10 years when these skilled trades retire and you don't have people to run these plants. It's just incredible work to do. I want to thank you all for the hard work that you're doing for the city of Port Huron. We have an amazing city staff. I love coming to work with you all. It is exciting to be here. I get a lot of job offers from around the state, but they don't have you there. And they don't have our amazing community, the people that we love, and the people that we call home. So, on behalf of the mayor and council, love wins, lean in harder with the residents, and thank you for all that you do. Have a nice day.